Infiltrator.
Red Arrow extricates Serling Rocket. Red Arrow rescues Dr. Serling Rocket from the League of Shadows. Red Arrow, formerly known as Speedy, breaks into a facility, eluding surveillance and the guards. In a secured room, Dr. Serling Rocket is working on a project and is told to finish it soon or she will die. Red Arrow breaks in and dispatches the two guards standing watch. The alarm sets off and Red Arrow blasts a hole through the wall. Rocket doesn't want to leave her project behind, but Red Arrow presses on, saying he can only take one of them. She reluctantly agrees to go with him. The two descend on a zipline and make their way to a boat. Red Arrow takes off under heavy fire and sets off explosives to cover their escape. Fun at the beach. The team, since Wally, has fun at the beach.
Bem-vindos, alunos!
Miss Martian, Dick, Keller and Superboy go to the beach, but not before taking a moment of silence for their absent comrade. Central City, August 8, 9 o'clock EDT. Green Arrow introduces Artemis. Green Arrow introduces Artemis. Wally attends his first day of sophomore year in despair. While the team has fun, Wally's day goes from bad to worse. After class, he Zeta beams into the cave, fully equipped for his day at the beach, but trips over and falls on his face. He notices that Green Arrow, Batman, and Red Tornado are there, and so is a new costume girl, Artemis. She mocks him for his clumsiness and introduces herself as his new teammate. Wally quickly dismissed her, and Green Arrow readily introduces her as his new protege. At the Miami Beach University, Professor Ojo unleashes the fog to infiltrate the MVU robotics laboratory, stealing raw data from their computer systems. After Ojo downloads the stolen information, he drives off and the building collapses behind him. Back at the cave, Red Arrow explains that with this weapon the League of Shadows can gain access to assorted tech and intel, and Artemis states that the Shadows will use it for extortion, manipulation, and power broking, which is typical of them. Wally contests her knowledge of the League of Shadows, but Artemis simply replies with a silent grin, infuriating him. Red Arrow tells them that Rocket is currently working on a virus to neutralize the fog and has sheltered her at a local computer lab. Green Arrow tries to convince Roy to work with him on this case, but Batman stops him with a knowing look. Green Arrow then tries to sway him to work with a team, which now includes Artemis. Red Arrow declines and teleports out. Aqualad informs them that Rocket has found the fog and instructs Miss Martian to reconfigure the bioship so that Robin and Superboy can go after it. As they take off, a masked figure lurks in the shadows. She makes her way past Artemis and Miss Martian, who are too distracted arguing over Superboy. Miss Martian chides her for embarrassing Superboy and asks if she must challenge everyone. Artemis claims that where she comes from, that's how one survives. Inside, Kid Flash is standing guard at the lab door when he spots a shadow. He pursues the intruder into the pool, where he slips in a booby trap, gets knocked out and dumped into the pool. The intruder Cheshire heads to the lab and hurls a poison shuriken at Serling, but Aqualad jumps over and takes it instead. She hits Aqualad with 3 more but he simply removes them with ease, claiming that Atlantean skin is quite dense. The two spar and he calls for Miss Martian and Artemis for help. On their way, Miss Martian, Rocket scolds the team for letting Cheshire get away, while Kid Flash blames Artemis for letting the assassin slip by her perimeter. Miss Martian stands up for Artemis, as she too was standing guard outside, and then comforts her. Outside Wayne Tech, Robin is receiving the virus, when Superboy sees Professor Ojo. He lunges at him, but is repelled and knocked out by Ojo's energy beam. Ojo unleashes the fog and Robin follows it inside Wayne Tech, using his override codes to bypass the security system. Meanwhile, Miss Martian and Kid Flash are still fighting the assassins, and Miss Martian urges her teammate to end it quickly. Kid Flash knocks Black Spider out, while she dispatches Hook. Cheshire and Serling. Cheshire plans to kill Serling for the entertainment value. While the fog ravages through Wayne Tech, Robin taps into the mainframe. Cheshire is about to kill Serling, but realizes that the virus had been completed. Given that her mission was to stop Rocket from accomplishing this, she no longer has a reason to carry on. So, she spares Rocket, observing that the League of Shadow may one day find another use for her. Rodimus teleports to a back alley phone box and swiftly draws her bow at a lurking figure. Red Arrow steps from the shadows, praising her move, but states that she is not Green Arrow's niece. He determines, however, that both Green Arrow and Batman must have a reason for lying, so he won't expose her cover, but vehemently warns her not to hurt his friends. Back on Infinity Island, Sensei informs the Council of the Light that before his capture, Oho transmitted the Star Labs intel, but they failed to secure the data from Wayne. TECHL2 contemplates yet another interference from the young heroes, but takes solace in the fact they have an operative on the inside.